I'm telling you, it's not abortion that's going to move this election. It's inflation. Inflation is going to move the election. Inflation is going to be the top story. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't want to take my word for it. Don't take my word for it, except inflation's the top story, not abortion. Doesn't matter what the left wants it to be. It matters what is. It matters where that soccer mom is. I would argue that the soccer mom is without question somebody who thinks that, I would say in the main, not in total, that if you were to poll soccer moms, they would think that abortion should be legal in the United States. But that's where it ends. You know what they really think? Milk's too expensive. Meat is too expensive. Putting gas in the car to get the kids from here to there and everywhere is too expensive. What's happening at her work or her husband's work is costing too much. Is they're not making enough money. It's creating issues. That's what they think. Because that's what so many of us think. The inflation, the economy is the everything. Abortion? No. And how the left is overplaying their hand on this leak of Justice Samuel Alito and the Roe V. Wade decision, which who knows if it's the decision. This was a first draft. Man, this is the left overplaying their hand to a base, not to America. Welcome everybody to the Morning Rumble. How you doing? Presented by Americans for Prosperity right there, americansforprosperity.org. And I don't want you to take my word on this whatsoever. Take the word of Joe Manchin. There he is. Hey, Joe, how are you? That right there is the senior senator from West Virginia. Nobody in America has better name ID in their state than Joe Manchin. Inflation, not abortion, will fuel the midterms. Yeah, that's absolutely positively correct there. Look at that quote. Inflation is the number one driving factor. I believe in my state right now. It's hurting everybody, not just at the gas pumps, but at the grocery store, at the pharmacy, everything people do. And that's correct. See, abortion is when you're having a conversation about it, that can inflame some passions. But in the end, if you're having the conversation over dinner, you have to pay for dinner. And you just realize you spent a lot more money on pasta or the steak or whatever it was, or you couldn't afford to go out for dinner. On this inflation conversation, where you still have Joe Biden trying to blame Vladimir Putin for inflation, it's adorable. They keep trying. They keep, boom, miss, boom, miss. That's a swing and a miss right there. That's how I swing. This is how I didn't make the majors. Right here. They keep missing, but they have to keep saying it because what else are they going to do? Admit their failure? How in the world do they keep admitting their failure? Because it is, by the way, failure. They cannot convince the country that it's anything else other than their policies because we saw this coming and we felt the disaster of their policies leading up to this. We've seen it time and time again. The gas prices were up $1 before they went up after the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. So no, it's not the Putin price hike. So we can put that to the side. But those prices going up are the story. Those prices going up is what matters so very much, what matters so greatly. And we are all feeling the effects. And yes, people who are poor feel the effects more than everybody else. It's because it's natural, right? If you have expendable income for luxury items or luxury experiences, and now you have to do less of those experiences, or you do those experiences, but you do them not as robustly. What are you really feeling? Now, you may feel it, but you still have meat on the table. You still can afford the gas in your car. You're still driving to the places. People who have far less of that expendable income are making choices about all of those things because some things like the rent or the mortgage and those kinds of costs, they have to get paid. Now they're debating whether or not they drive here. Now they're debating whether or not they go there. They're debating these things out loud and in the open. So we have a real economic effect here on people who are lower income. To deny that is crazy. That's why the Fed just moved things up 0.5% yesterday to try and deal with this inflation. The problem is, if you listen to Jerome Powell, who I've got right here, he's a little disconnected from the reality.
For wages are moving up at rates that haven't been seen in quite a long time. So it's a good time to be a worker looking to either change jobs or get a wage increase in your current job. So it's a strong economy, and nothing about it suggests that it's close to or vulnerable to a recession. Now, of course, given events around the world and fading fiscal policy effects and higher rates, you could see some slower economic activity. Certainly, it will not be. Last year was an extraordinarily strong growth year as we recovered from the pandemic. As I mentioned, growth over 5%. But most forecasters have growth this year at a solid pace, above 2%.
But now, there's a lot to what he said that is completely and totally messed up. Completely and totally messed up. First, the idea that workers have it better because they can go get another job. That's not true. I get that the quits rates are up because people think they can go other places, but this is based on the idea that the employer can afford to pay more when they have the supply chain issues. The argument that the worker has a lot of great opportunity because wages are up is also not true because of inflation being up and their wages have actually been cut. So it's very strange to hear Jerome Powell try and make this kind of argument when this argument falls flat on its face. If the supply chain is keeping the business from having the stock needed to sell to be able to grow, how does that business then pay more to keep the employees they desperately want to keep? And therefore, how are they hiring people at some kind of better rate? They could be hiring people who are less qualified, but in terms of the qualifications they need, it's very hard to keep up. So to make the argument that the economy is strong is not factual because the cylinders it needs to fire upon, or fire on, I should say, maybe not fire upon, right? It's not firing on. It has to fire, aren't there because the stock isn't there. You have people right now who are ordering and have been for the last month for Christmas because they don't know what they're going to get in and when they're going to get it in. But they have no idea, no belief, no faith that the stock is going to be there for them to have the products to be able to sell to you, me, and we. And that's the difference between Wall Street and Midwest Main Street. Wall Street had a 932-point day yesterday. It was nuts. But that's not Midwest Main Street, baby. Midwest Main Street is still suffering and suffering greatly. This is the story. So what in the world is the White House doing?
The Biden administration is still trying to come up with a game plan to protect abortion rights. After that leaked document signaled the Supreme Court may be ready to overturn Roe v. Wade, but options are currently limited. According to the Washington Post, officials are discussing whether funding, possibly through Medicaid or another mechanism, could be made available for women who travel across state lines for an abortion. But many doubt whether that's actually feasible. There's also been debate over potential executive and regulatory actions the administration could take, but officials privately recognize that nearly any administrative action would face legal challenges from Republican attorneys general.
This is what they're focused on? First, allow me. Why should the federal government be focused on abortion at all? Overturning Roe v. Wade is about bringing back states' rights, and I believe that abortion is a states' rights issue. And some states are going to say we don't allow it, and some states are going to say we definitely allow it, and there's going to be lawsuits in all of those states. Inflation is affecting everyone and is hurting people and is damaging society and makes it impossible for us to prosper. Where is the administration's work on that? I hear about Pete Buttigieg, we're going to have the ports at Long Beach running 24/7. Not happening because you can't get those longshoremen to work 24/7. You don't have the technology to allow the ports to work 24/7. And by the way, I believe the longshoremen's contract is up in July. So, enjoy that. What are they doing to work on that? No, they're working on how they're going to fight to ensure that everybody has access to abortion. This is how you once again see what is and isn't an important story in America. I'm not going to argue that there aren't people who are totally moved by abortion. It is their alpha and omega. It is who they are. It is their existence. The political left, the progressive left, yes, absolutely, this is it. But that's not true of, and that does not make up the reality for the totality of America at all. These economic things do. By the way, one of the things they haven't answered is when they decide to write a law and say, we make abortion legal. Here's going to be the question. What do you mean? Abortion through 15 weeks? Abortion through full term? You're going to go full Ralph Northam and talk infanticide? What's your plan? Now they're going to have this fight between themselves. Holy crap. Ain't that going to be something? Politically, there's a lot of ways to not win. There's literally a tweet, by the way, from Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago. If you are in need of an abortion or any other reproductive care, Chicago will always be there for you. That's the way you want to market yourselves. You can't walk Magnificent Mile for fear that you will get mugged. But sure, come have an abortion is a very strange thing to put on the Board of Tourism bumper sticker or billboard. Radicalness is not the reality for the vast portions of America. The vast portions of America want their job to be successful. They want to be able to take care of their families. They want to be able to go on vacation. And many people, like myself, not going on vacation this year. I'm not going. Oh, I had a plan. I was going to hike Utah and then back to Arizona. I love Sedona, my happy place. Not going. Airfares are insane. Don't have no idea if I'll be able to afford a rental car. Never mind get a rental car. Who knows who's going to be working at which hotel, when, where, why, and how. I have to go to Vegas in July. I know, for a cigar convention. Again, I know. Woe is me. That's going to be a good test, right? I have to go to that. But I don't need a car or anything else. The flight was nuts. The flight was ridiculous for that. Vegas was near $1,000 to Vegas. Holy crap. But it's I'm not going on vacation with the family. That family's not happy about it. Neither am I. But I looked at the dollars and said, nope, we can apply this elsewhere. We just, we made a hard decision. I don't think I'm the only one doing that. I don't think I'm the only one making hard decisions out there. So this is a loser. If they think abortion is going to get them somewhere, no. Do I understand that people have opinions on abortion and emotions on abortion? Absolutely. Do I understand that this leak of Justice Alito's first draft memo was meant to intimidate the court and that you have political leftists who are aggressively intimidating the court? Yes. Do I approve of this? Of course not. It's obscene. But inflation's still the top thing. Inflation's the top conversation, baby. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. So what we got going on here at the Rumble, we've been changing how we do some things, and I am convinced we're having still another tech issue, but I'm gonna get it fixed. I'm gonna get it fixed no matter what it takes, guys. I'm gonna get it squared away. But make sure you share this video everywhere you are. Click Rumble, right? That you like it. Rumble.com/Tony Katz. Make sure you do that, and we'll keep them coming. We will keep them coming. And my thanks to Americans for Prosperity. Absolutely love what they do. AmericansForProsperity.org. As I said, if you're in Indiana, we're going to be having some cigar events. And so you might get an invite to that. And we may head to some other states. If you want us to come to your state, just leave a comment and say the word. And don't forget, you can find even more at TonyKatz.locals.com. TonyKatz.locals.com as we migrate away from Facebook. That's where we're going. Rumble. And on Locals, TonyKatz.locals.com. Be sure to subscribe at Rumble.com. Be sure to like this video and share it. Click Rumble and then share it with everybody. I'll catch you next time. Take care.